It's a lovely morning and warm welcome to the program. Business Today. Kunle Ario is my name. Nigeria's inflation rates are surged. This has affected the cost of building materials as their prices have gone up by over 150%. More than 60% of the total cost of housing construction is spent on materials, which are mostly imported, while the remaining 40% is spent on labor. Many estate managers and developers did not enjoy the best of times in this sector as they experienced slow transactions due to other issues like the cost of acquiring land and titles, fluctuating foreign exchange, logistics problems, and supply bottlenecks that affected projections. So this one we're taking a look at the current economic realities as affect the construction industry from the perspective of quantity surveyors. My guest is already here. We'll take a break now. When we come back, who is the ground running? Please, do stay with us. Welcome back. The program is Business Today, and this morning taking a look at the economic realities that affect the building industry from the perspective of quantity surveyors, and also I have with me to do justice to it. I have the chairman-elect of the Nigerian Institute of Quantity Surveyors in Ondo State, Mrs. Elizabeth Momo. It's a pleasure to have you on the show today.
Thank you so much.
Let's take a look at the inflation rate in Nigeria. How has it affected your profession in terms of the beauty industry?
Thank you once again for having me this morning. When you are talking of beauty industry in Nigeria, it's not only my industry, it's not only quantity survey profession that makes up the beauty industry. When you are talking of beauty industry, we're talking of the civil aspect of it, the construction aspect of it, and the infrastructure aspect of it, and the building aspect of it. Beauty industry, but for me, I will be more of the building aspect of it because I'm a quantity surveyor and that is good for me. So I'm more of that. It is a phenomenon that is general. It affects every facet of the economy, the inflation. If you look at the trend, the way things are going on, not only the quantities, not only the construction industry are affected, it's every economic aspect of the nation. However, for the purpose of the question you have just asked, for our own aspect is very, very wonderful, really diverse. It's a serious one, but there is always a way out. There's always a way out in our own aspect. In the building industry, building aspect, the one I'm talking about, that's where the importance of quantity survey is always appreciated in a time like this. You see, if you look at the trend at which the inflation has been going, it has been going at a particular trend. That is why you cannot just use the inflation rate to just build your rates. That is where the aspect, the quantity survey is highly needed, because you look at the trend, with the trend with which is going, I think it's an average of 2 weeks when you have a good, the news about changing price, changing everything. And so based on that, a quantity surveyor can project based on that. That then you just look at the way things are going on. Maybe you should just give it this percentage, you use it to mark based on what is the market price and the trend.
But the reality is that the trend has affected projections.
Yes, definitely. That's what I'm saying. It has affected so many things because initially there was no serious projection. Quantity surveyors were not really engaged. And even when it started, immediately if you bring them to the table and they begin to look at the trend, that's why I'm referring to the word trend. It's not only, we're not just talking about the position in doing now. Because the position, if you are using the standard rate, You just say, okay, the exploitation rate now is so, it may not work. But when you now bring in QS who is following the trend, that after 2 weeks, the percentage increase is so, and it's constant, then they can arrive at a reasonable percentage, use it to mark up the price rate, and then you now discover that that will checkmate, if not totally eliminate the galloping inflation, you understand, but will be at a safe point. So that's why if the service of quantities of yours engaged in a time like this, we'll be able to share.
Does it really mean that the services of quantities of yours are not engaged, because you are also hammering that?
Yes, well, I'm hammering it based on the question you asked me. Even as we are shouting, as the whole country, as so many people are clamoring for this, I mean, for increase in prices and that, I mean, the government should come into their aid. I can still tell you that we still have some, not much, not maybe few organizations or construction firms that are still, they still have a safe haven because they have done their homework very well. You understand? So what they have on ground can still accommodate the fluctuation to some extent.
Okay, if one wants to start a building project now, would you say that there is a need for quantities of yours to be part of the plan?
That's the point. It's not only starting the building, at the conception. Immediately you have that family meeting that there is need for me to build the house. There's a need for me to embark on a project. I think the first person you should look for should be a quantity surveyor. Even the Bible says that any man that will start a project without considering the cost can be likened to a foolish man. And that person that you will consult is a quantity surveyor. So at the section, this is what I have, and I want to go for a particular project. Then the quantity surveyor is the person that will tell you, even before you go to your architect, your civil engineer, your designers, the project designers, is the QS that will tell you that these are the options. If you want to go for this with this amount of money, you will not be able to achieve it. Let your architect design based on these options that can achieve the result.
I asked you that because when you take a look at the inflation rate now,